I could hear the screams every night. They were coming from the old village, where the wicked high chief's ghost roamed. Years ago, our village had a high chief named Olegon. He was feared, not just because of his power, but because of the dark things he did. He ruled with cruelty, using dark magic to control people. We whispered about his evil, but we were too scared to speak out. One night, a terrible storm hit. The wind howled and the rain poured down like bullets. I was hiding in my hut, clutching my mother's charm for protection. That's when I heard it, a low, guttural chant coming from the chief's compound. It was so eerie, I felt my blood run cold. I peeked through a crack in the wall and saw the chief in his dark robes, surrounded by flickering torchlight. His eyes were glowing red, and he was chanting over a large, ancient-looking book. The ground around him began to shake, and shadows danced like wild spirits. The air grew thick and heavy, and I could barely breathe. The next morning, we found the chief dead. His body was twisted and unrecognizable. People said he had been trying to summon dark spirits and they had turned on him. Since then, we heard his voice in the wind, screaming for revenge. No one went near his old compound anymore. We all stayed away, hoping the spirits won't come for us next. After the chief died, the village tried to move on, but it wasn't easy. The ground where his compound stood became cursed. Crops refused to grow, and animals wouldn't come near. We all felt a dark presence lingering, watching us. One night, I had to pass by the old compound on my way home. I was already frightened, but I needed to get back quickly. As I walked, the wind picked up again, and I could hear faint whispers like they were right next to me. My heart pounded so hard I thought it might burst. When I reached the edge of the compound, I saw something that made me freeze. In the distance, a figure was moving slowly among the ruins. It was covered in a dark cloak, and its eyes shone red, just like the chief's had. I knew it wasn't a person. It was something far more sinister. I tried to run, but my legs felt like they were glued to the ground. The whispers grew louder, becoming a chant. I forced myself to move, tearing through the overgrown path, barely making it home. I bolted the door and huddled under my blanket, praying the figure wouldn't follow me. Days turned into weeks, and the strange occurrences continued. People reported hearing footsteps behind them, seeing shadows in the corners of their eyes. One by one, the villagers who had dared to go near the old compound started disappearing. Some say they were taken by the chief's spirit, others think they ran away out of fear. No one knows for sure. The old compound remained untouched for long, overgrown with weeds and hidden by thick vines. We all made sure to avoid it. If we listened closely on quiet nights, we could hear the whispers and sometimes, for those really unlucky, the chilling scream of the wicked high chief, lost and angry in his eternal darkness. Then, after many months of fear and loss, a miracle happened. A God-sent herbalist named Ifeoma arrived in our village. She was a wise woman, with a calm presence and a deep understanding of herbs and spirits. The village elders, desperate for help, welcomed her with hope. Ifeoma didn't waste any time. She examined the cursed compound and collected herbs from the forest, mixing them into a powerful potion. She told us that the chief spirit was bound to the land because of the dark magic he used. To break the curse, we had to cleanse the area and offer prayers. One dawn, Ifeoma led us in a ritual at the compound. We followed her instructions carefully, sprinkling the potion around the compound while chanting prayers for peace and protection. As we walked, the air began to feel lighter, and the whispers grew faint. When we finished, Ifeoma said the curse was lifted. The villagers felt a wave of relief. We watched as the once dark and oppressive atmosphere lifted from the compound. The crops began to grow again, and animals returned to the area. The restless spirits seemed to have been calmed. The next night, the scream stopped. The eerie presence vanished, and the old compound was finally quiet. The villagers celebrated, and we thanked Ifeoma for her bravery and wisdom. We built a shrine for her, honoring her as the one who saved us from the high chief's dark curse. Now, when I pass by the old compound, it feels peaceful. The memory of the chief's terror is still there, but it no longer haunts us. We sleep soundly, knowing that the darkness has been vanquished, thanks to the courage and help of a God-sent herbalist.